Amidst the inferno of scorched remnants, only a valiant soldier dared to rescue the crippled alien warrior. The ghastly reek of incinerated metal permeated the devastated command center as Brian Carter cautiously advanced. Each step of his sturdy boots crunched over scattered shell casings and shattered combat robots, their echoes reverberating through the surreal tranquility after the monumental clash. Hell, they wanted him terminated, he whispered, adjusting his Mark 7 plasma rifle. The weapon's humming power cell offered a comforting familiarity against his weary shoulder, a rare solace in this desolate landscape. Oblivion's embrace. His tactical HUD flickered with disruptive static, a ghost of the enemy's relentless final push that had decimated their comms. A savage clash had unfolded, the Dronid swarm crashing upon them with overwhelming, brutal force. Now, Brian surmised he was the sole survivor of the valiant 23rd Marine Combat Division, a lone sentinel. His suit's environmental sensors detected an ominous presence ahead. He instinctively dropped into a poised crouch, his enhanced muscles coiling, rifle raised and ready. As the dust and smoke began to clear, an arresting sight stole his breath. A woman, partially concealed beneath rubble, her silver hair fanned out like polished metal against the darkened earth. Her skin possessed an ethereal lavender-gray tint, betraying her as a Lazarian warrior, one of humanity's most formidable allies against the Draids. Brian advanced with calculated care, his tactical training battling his primal urge to aid the fallen Lazarian, her warrior attire, a streamlined echo of ancient battle dress, now shredded and torn. Drenched in ethereal, glowing blood, her eyes flickered open as he approached, unveiling irises like tempestuous storm clouds. "Hold still," he urged, kneeling beside her. "I'm Sergeant Brian Carter, Earth Marine Corps." Kira Banis, she whispered, her voice laced with a melodic cadence despite her evident agony. "3rd Strike Force. Can't feel my legs." Brian's medical scanner solidified his dread. Her spine was critically compromised. Stranded in a volatile combat zone, with adversarial forces possibly converging, her prospects were grim. Military doctrine was unequivocal in such scenarios. Escape was impossible. Immobile casualties were to be abandoned. "Just leave me," she urged, seeing his face. Others surely escaped. "Save yourself." Brian gazed at her, then his tactical readout displaying multiple threats closing from the north. The astute move was evasion, the pragmatic choice abandonment. Yet something deep within fought against it. "Like hell," he retorted, now struggling to release her from the wreckage. "I didn't survive this long just to abandon someone." A faint smile touched her lips. "Obstinate human. You haven't witnessed true stubbornness yet, darling," he replied. Managed to lift her gingerly, observing how her combat suit, despite its provocative design, was crafted from cutting-edge materials stabilizing her wounds. "This might sting." "I've endured far worse," she retorted, then inhaled sharply as he shifted his grip. "Perhaps not lately." Brian chuckled, finding humor amidst chaos. "Brace yourself. We're initiating an exceptionally unsanctioned departure from this debacle." Brian surged ahead through the debris-littered war zone, his augmented physique barely registering Kira's mass. The Larian warrior remained hushed, but her consistent respiration against his nape confirmed her awareness, monitoring their, with keenly honed alien senses. "Your composure is admirable given the circumstances," she observed, her breath ghosting across his ear. "Marine training, darling," he replied, "though you are undoubtedly the most captivating burden I've ever borne." Her gentle laughter sparked an unforeseen tremor within him. Flirting amid mortal peril? How exquisitely human. What can I say? I excel at multitasking. Brian halted behind a wrecked mech, consulting his tactical display. 3 contacts, bearing 2 aquak. Any insights on Dr. A patrol tactics? They typically employ triangular search patterns, Kira. Her fingers tightened almost imperceptibly on his shoulder. A subtle warning. The visible ones are a distraction. Expect flankers. Brian nodded, admiring both her sharp tactical mind and the comforting press of her body as she adjusted for a clearer view. Stay sharp, Marine, he gently reminded himself. Got any other surprises hidden in that sleek combat suit of yours? Perhaps a few, she replied, a playful tone entering her voice despite the danger. Though I'm rather intrigued as to what drew your attention to my ensemble. Purely professional curiosity, naturally. He grinned, cautiously skirting a smoldering crater. Purely the enhanced tactical capabilities of your attire. The designs are remarkably captivating. She purred. I'm merely assessing your combat suit's potential from a purely strategic viewpoint. Their repartee was shattered by the unmistakable whine of Drachnid energy weapons powering up. Brian Dove, ducking behind a collapsed pillar, shielded Kira, plasma bolts incinerating the space they had occupied moments before. How intimate, Kira remarked, her face a breath away from his. Comfortable? Brian questioned, already mapping out escape routes. Her silvery hair grazed his cheek as she coolly surveyed their predicament. Though I usually prefer my intimacy. Encounters with diminished plasma discharge logged. Brian subtly peeked over cover. 5 adversaries spotted. Recommendations? Kira's eyes sparkled with battle-honed insight. Armor's vulnerable where shoulder meets neck. A precise shot eliminates them. Brian replied, I admire your strategy. He adjusted his stance, safeguarding Kira and aiming his rifle. The initial shot precisely struck a Dranid warrior's weak point, causing its armor to fail spectacularly. The resulting cataclysm engulfed 2 comrades. Spectacular accuracy, Kira murmured. Admiration clear. Impressive intel, Brian responded, already repositioning. We're a lethal duo. They maintained their deadly waltz across the war zone. Brian's brute strength and refined combat abilities amplified Kira's strategic prowess. Despite her immobility, she was indispensable. Her heightened senses alerted him to unseen dangers. As they secured another area, Kira abruptly stiffened. Brian, halt. Do you detect that scent? He paused, his augmented senses registering her warning. Fuel, cells, an abundance of them. She indicated a crumbling structure. That's a downed military transport. Top tier. If it's allied, a medical pod could be inside. Brian finished her idea. Worth the gamble. I value your instinct. The comment resonated more than any prior flirtation. He scrutinized her face, sensing her concealed suffering. Then let's investigate. But first, adjusting his hold, he drew her nearer. Much better. Her fingers danced across his armor. Although I can envision far cozier scenarios. Save that for later. Doubt we'll catch any bullets, Brian quipped, heading to the transport. The colossal structure stood before them, a stark reminder of the intense battle. As they advanced, Brian's tactical display blazed with alerts. Company, Kira? She inquired, picking up on his unease. Oh, absolutely. Looks like we're gate-crashing a party. Glad you're my +1. The downed transport's eerie blue emergency lights painted Kira's silver hair as Brian skillfully navigated the debris field. His display revealed numerous hostile signatures closing in. On their position, yet the medical bay beacon throbbed intensely with each stride. "If this actually succeeds," Keir murmured against his neck, "understand that the power surge will make us visible as a supernova to every Dranid within 10 clicks. It has to be worthwhile." Brian's fingers subconsciously sketched a comforting pattern on her side, where he held her. "Besides," he added, "I've always craved to host a memorable party." The medical bay doors were partially molten, forcing Brian to adjust Keir in his arms while he shoved them open. The scene inside left them both breathless. Catch their breath. A completely operational Larian healing pod remained pristine amidst the devastation. As dawn broke, Kira gasped. "That's not standard Alliance tech. It's one of our revered healing sanctuaries." Brian arched an eyebrow. Revered as in exceptionally potent, or revered as in potentially awakening slumbering deities? Her stormy gray gaze locked with his. "Our healing technology establishes a fleeting biological connection between patient and operator. It's a deeply personal link." Brian, already approaching the pod, inquired, "Just how deeply personal are we discussing?" "Among my people, collective healing chamber use forges a bond exceeding marriage." A delicate lilac tint graced her cheeks. "The genetic resonance can yield unforeseen outcomes." Brian hesitated. "Are you cautioning or courting me?" Her laughter was like music amidst the grimness. "Perhaps a bit of both. But be warned, we rarely share this tech interspecies. The resultant bond, it's indelible." Outside, the intensifying clamor of Dr. Hender's teams encroached. Brian's display indicated mere minutes remained. "Will it mend you?" he inquired. Indeed, the rest mere nuances. He initiated the pod. "I didn't bring you this far only to falter at a cosmic, arranged bond." Kira's face softened. "You persistently astonish me, human. Many would waver. Few spent the last hour relishing your tactical insights." The pod whirred as Brian settled her in. "Besides, I've always been captivated by formidable women in otherworldly armor, darling." She seized his hand before he retreated. "But you must comprehend, this transformation will profoundly affect us both. The chamber does far more than mend. Evolves adapts. Our physiologies will synchronize you. Suggest a potential hue shift, Brian. I assure you of my sincerity, as do I." He grasped her hand. "You embody immeasurable value." The chamber's crystalline facade intensified its luminosity as Brian entered, meticulously following Kira's guidance. Their forms juxtaposed countenances, mere breaths away. "Final opportunity for withdrawal," she murmured. "Never beautiful." He beamed before I inquire, "Does this ceremoniously designate me as your cosmic consort?" The chamber initiated, preempting her reply, engulfing them in incandescent radiance. The electrifying sensation surged through Brian, unlike anything he'd ever encountered. A blissful inferno coursing through his veins. He felt Kira's essence intertwining with his, their genetic blueprints engaging in a primal dance predating their very origins. Through their newfound link, he perceived her astonishment at his steadfast acceptance, her reverence for his bravery, and a deeper, more instinctive connection. Conversely, she sensed his unwavering protectiveness, his profound attraction to her indomitable spirit, and his resolute dedication to their shared survival. The process stretched into an eternity, contained within mere moments, until the electrifying surge faded. Brian was captivated, gazing into Kira's eyes, now flecked with his own brown amidst their stormy gray. His skin vibrated with a novel sensitivity that promised to be eternal. "I feel my legs," she breathed, awestruck. Then, eyes widening, "I feel you, completely. Your thoughts, your emotions." "Yeah," Brian replied. "That's evolved." Assisting her to her feet, he noted their instinctive synchronization. A concussive blast jolted the transport, a brutal reminder of their peril. Brian's display revealed enemies piercing the outer hull, but now he sensed them too. Through Kira's heightened senses, poised to strike, he questioned, drawing his weapon. Kira extended, testing her revitalized form, then flashed a fierce smile that ignited thrilling anticipation within them. Prepared to battle as one, she grasped her fallen weaponry, and Brian felt her ingrained instincts merge with his own. Instantly, he comprehended the art of wielding Lyrian energy blades. "Now that's incredibly useful," he grinned, sensing her amusement reverberate through their connection. "Any further delightful revelations I should anticipate?" "Numerous," she replied, stepping to his side, their destinies intertwined. Bodies instinctively achieved flawless combat synchronization. However, a debriefing must follow our current engagement. Dale. Brian primed his weapon as the Dranid invasion surged through the medical bay doors, but I anticipate a thorough explanation regarding this interstellar marriage afterward. Yes, my unforeseen bondmate. Kay's blade resonated with power. Assuming you can maintain pace with your spouse. The medical bay transformed into pandemonium as Dranid forces overwhelmed the breach. Brian and Kira maneuvered as a unified entity, their nascent bond evolving them into a deadly combat ballet. His plasma rifle, synchronized with lethal precision. Left flank. Kira's thought blazed in his mind. Instantly, Brian unleashed hell, obliterating 3 Draconids as Kira's blades claimed 2 more. "They seriously miscalculated," Brian quipped, feeling Kira's amusement surge through their bond. Clearly, they underestimated the devastating synergy of human-Lyrian teamwork. Her blades pirouetted, leaving incandescent trails that mirrored the cadence of his shots. Though I suspect it was inevitable, this alliance. Their unified minds amplified every facet of their fighting skill. Brian foresaw Kira's actions preemptively, while she sensed his precise targeting. They moved as a single entity, fluid and deadly. "Behind you!" they exclaimed, laughing as they pirouetted, flawlessly neutralizing threats. The remaining Draids faltered, shaken by this unsettling synchronization. That sliver of doubt turned catastrophic when Brian and Kira unleashed a coordinated offensive, ensuring 0 survivors. "Well," Brian exhaled, lowering his rifle as the last enemy crumbled. "That was invigorating," Kira exclaimed, her eyes gleaming with battle fervor. Through their bond, he sensed her blood surging with triumph, her body vibrating with untapped energy mirroring his own. The ferocity of the clash, coupled with their mental link, had brewed an electrifying concoction of adrenaline and mutual emotion. Brian felt Kira's craving engulf him like a tidal wave, intensified by his burgeoning ardor. "We should," initiated, yet Kira had already pivoted, her argent hair swirling like a divine halo. "Affirmative, we must," she concurred, their connection conveying volumes beyond verbiage. The recuperation cell didn't merely intertwine our consciousness, Brian. Our physiologies are impeccably attuned now. Each nuance is reciprocated, he finalized, enfolding her. "I perceive your sensations, then perceive this." Her lips met his, and existence detonated in a symphony of sensation. Their bond amplified each contact, forging ecstatic reverberations threatening sensory overload. Time blurred as they succumbed to their desires, their minds intertwined, amplifying every sensation. Each touch, each kiss resonated with double intensity, pleasure escalating and mirroring endlessly. Hours later, nestled in the medical bay, gear strewn aside, Brian explored Kira's lavender skin, amazed by the profound pleasure radiating through their connection, searching for the right words to describe it. Extraordinary, Kira posited, her empathic caress brimming with palpable delight. Cognizant that even amongst her kin, the recuperative chamber's influences are typically more nuanced. Must be my compelling human allure, she chuckled, the melody-like ethereal song in both his senses. In thoughts perhaps, your tenacious human will you didn't merely tolerate the bond, you wholeheartedly welcomed it without misgivings, without boundaries. He drew her nearer, their forms melding flawlessly. You're the most astonishing woman I've ever known. Terrestrial or extraterrestrial through their link, he perceived. Her joy mingled with a hint of worry. Brian, there's something crucial about Larian biology. This bond, it's deeper than you think. More surprises? He quipped. She leaned up, silver hair spilling down. When we joined, it wasn't merely physical. The healing chamber's power, enhanced by our rare compatibility. She hesitated, seeking the right words. Among my people, such profound connection can trigger a unforeseen consequence. Their shared tactical sense, amplified by the link, instantly registered a surge of unknown signals. Impending threats? Brief me later, Brian proposed, already seizing his gear. Agreed, she replied, moving with sleek grace as she armed herself. Though brace yourself, there's fascinating news regarding Larian procreation. Brian froze, mid-inspection of his rifle. Wait, what? Kira offered an enigmatic smile, both tangible and telepathic. Let's survive this first, my destined bondmate. Afterward, we can delve into the unique interplay of human and Larian genetics. Through their shared consciousness, Brian pinpointed the exact moment Kira confirmed what their connection resonated deeply within them both, her hand protectively cradling her womb as they sought shelter amid a hailstorm of enemy fire. With a precise shot, Brian declared, neutralizing a dangerous Dronid scout, I'm about to embark on fatherhood. Kira's blade flawlessly redirected an energy surge. You seem remarkably composed, she noted wryly. In light of our day, discovering I'm expecting a half-human, half-Lurian child with my intrepid warrior wife feels entirely appropriate. He beamed, sensing her mirth pulse through their bond. Though I must concede, the timing is certainly noteworthy, especially considering the healing chamber. Kira accelerated everything with lethal elegance, her combat style evolving to shield her core. Larian pregnancies are swift, but our intensified bond. She paused, neutralizing two more foes. We're blazing a new trail. Brian's display pinpointed extraction. Hidden Alliance bunker, 3 kilometers. Then let's bolt before Junior decides to spice things up. Their unified minds bypassed planning. They moved as a single, fluid force, their practiced precision defying their. Every shared moment, every precise movement, every deadly strike unfolded seamlessly from their unified consciousness. You realize, Brian mused as they secured another zone, most couples honeymoon in paradise, not battling through hostile territory while awaiting parenthood. A hint of amusement laced Kira's mental response, her affection radiating warmly. Are you joking? This is ideal. He meant it, and she sensed his genuine feelings through their connection. Though, he added, I do ponder one thing. Will the child inherit your complexion or mine? A sudden energy blast cut off her reply, compelling them to assume a defensive posture. Sensing Kira's immediate anxiety through their bond, Brian realized it was for their unborn child, not herself. Hey, he reassured her, both verbally and telepathically. We're escaping this together, all three of us. Her response resonated through their link, an immense surge of love and unwavering faith that almost consumed him. A vision accompanied it, a radiant child with his dark hair and her piercing gray eyes, skin a flawless fusion of human and Larian heritage. Is that what you foresee? He questioned, deeply moved. That's what I believe, she affirmed, drawing closer, their bodies intertwined. Seamlessly intertwined, Larian mothers share an intrinsic bond with their nascent offspring, and through our profound connection, you can perceive it as well. Brian, wielding his heightened senses, inhaled sharply. Poised at the fringe of their unified consciousness existed a minute ember of life, scarcely shaped yet ablaze with boundless potential. That's, he faltered, searching for the right phrase. Our legacy, Kira completed, her mental caress brimming with awe. A flawless amalgamation of our lineages, the trailblazer of a new era. A cataclysmic blast reverberated through their vicinity, snapping them back to their pressing predicament. Brian's tactical interface revealed encroaching enemy battalions. Approaching from all sides, it's time to relocate, he affirmed, already devising an elaborate route, primed for some assertive parenting. Kira reciprocated by springing into dynamic action, her movements even more pinpoint than ever before. Brian harmonized with her flawlessly, their refined abilities currently devoted to a singular focus, safeguarding their budding family. They battled their way through escalating hordes of opponents, their collective consciousness transmuting them into something superior to either human or Larian. Each menace was countered with annihilative efficiency, their fused combat prowess originating a lethal ballet that disseminated havoc in its trail. The bunker's checkpoint cleared, Brian affirmed, but that last explosion fried my long-range comms. We're going in vulnerable. Through their bond, Kara's resolve resonated. Not vulnerable. She cradled her stomach. We're fighting for something invaluable. Brian paused, sensing a subtle alteration. Did you just... Kira's mental touch was laced with wonder. The baby's powers are already manifesting. They're amplifying our bond somehow. Brian sensed it too. Their already powerful connection was intensifying. Heightened senses, their battle acumen amplified, allowing them to perceive threats preemptively. Our child is ensuring our survival. Kira articulated her voice tinged with awe, even before birth. They're safeguarding us. It's incredible, Brian declared, brimming with pride, emulating us both. The Alliance stronghold materialized ahead, its fortified entrances exhibiting the marks of the recent conflict via their invigorated bond. Both Brian and Kira registered anomalies before their systems confirmed. Security protocols are compromised, Brian murmured, his rifle tracking looming threat vectors beyond standard procedure. Kira's blade thrummed with barely leashed energy. The defensive turrets remain inactive too. Through their bond, he sensed her maternal instincts sharpening her already keen combat awareness. Someone's home, and they're extremely hostile. Their unborn child's presence in their shared consciousness, surged with caution, is rapidly developing abilities, adding a further dimension to their tactical assessment. The baby's nascent powers appear to harmonize with both human and Larian technology, granting them unparalleled awareness of their environment. Arachnid traces within Brian validated. Enhanced data processing by their offspring was inexplicably empowering them. They've transformed our sanctuary into a trap. Kay's keen admiration for tactical prowess shone, even amidst adversaries. Yet they couldn't have foreseen our evolution. Brian smirked, sensing her intense elation mirroring his own, eager to demonstrate the folly of menacing a warrior clan. Her reaction manifested as simultaneous thought and deed, pressing against him, her combat attire flawlessly integrated. In our culture, there's an adage: the most formidable entity in existence is a maternal figure safeguarding their offspring. What then of a paternal one? Her telepathic connection resonated with tenderness and yearning. That is the very source of our invincibility. They advanced in unison, their amplified capabilities enabling them to penetrate the bunker's weakened fortifications with meticulous accuracy. The initial wave of Drachnid troops was caught entirely unawares. Brian's concentrated plasma blasts and Kira's energized blade impacted in perfect synchronization, their assaults seamlessly coordinated via their interwoven consciousness. The command center, Brian reflected, articulated itself as they successfully secured another sector. If we restore the defense grid, we can weaponize their ambush against them. Kira punctuated her statement, her blade a whirlwind, deflecting an enemy strike. They'll anticipate our moves. An awareness of their unborn child surged within them, illuminating hidden paths within the complex. The baby's singular hybrid biology appears to grant an innate grasp of human and alien tech. Our little one's a brilliant tactician, Brian declared with pride, as they navigated the maintenance corridors guided by their child's presence. Had missed a key aspect: resemble their father. Kira jested, her telepathic affection profound for his tactical brilliance. They materialized near the command hub as a colossal detonation convulsed the compound. Telepathically, they sensed their child's distress call, succeeded by a wave of shielding power that amplified their fighting prowess exponentially. They're attempting to collapse the bunker, Brian deduced, his heightened senses charting structural failures. To ensnare us. Kira retorted, characteristically decisive, propelled herself towards the command hub's entrances, her blade bisecting a fortified metal-like paper. Brian shielded her. He pressed his relentless assault, uncovering improbable angles to neutralize threats before they could fully materialize. The command center was a labyrinth of brutal close-quarters combat. Their adversaries had fortified the position, weaponizing the Alliance's own defenses. But they underestimated the unified force of two souls intertwined. Driven by strategic genius and protective love, Kira communicated, "Main console, I need 30 seconds." Brian responded, unwavering, "You have 60. Assuming a strategic posture enabling comprehensive coverage of all avenues, proceed deliberately. Darling, I'm handling this via their link." He perceived her digits dancing across the console as she concurrently preserved impeccable combat awareness. Their offspring's existence appeared to amplify her interaction with the mechanisms, enabling her to circumvent security measures that typically demand extensive periods. Nearly accomplished, she declared as Brian's rifle unleashed a lethal overture. The safeguarding arrangement is intriguing, fascinating. How our infant is aiding me realize it, the protocols aren't merely Alliance standard. A Larian code is interwoven, creating an unexpected fusion. Almost like another explosion abruptly halted her analysis. This one dangerously close, pelting them with debris. Their primal parental instincts ignited, and Brian felt raw power course through him as he repelled a fierce enemy wave. Kira declared victoriously, "Defense systems are live." In 3, 2, 1, the bunker's clandestine armaments unleashed, but not as predicted, bypassing conventional routines. The system operated with near-sentient, pinpoint threat elimination, with eerie precision, a phenomenon and beyond standard parameters, Brian noted, as automated turrets neutralized hostiles flawlessly. "Incredible," Kira murmured, her mental touch radiating awe. "Our child. They're intimately linked with the system, seamlessly integrating human ingenuity and Larian technology, mirroring the fusion of our very DNA." Restored power coursed through the bunker's command center as Brian and Kira assessed the victory's repercussions, sensing through their profound connection their unborn child's joy at the achieved equilibrium between human and Larian architectures. "The brass will have inquiries," Brian remarked, scrutinizing the combat logs. "Their child's compiled efficiency ratings are unprecedented." Kira's hand gently shielded her abdomen as she oversaw incoming communications. "The Larian High Command is clamoring for answers. Our defensive strategies were unconventional." "You're saying our offspring transforming this place into the galaxy's most cutting-edge, adaptable weapons platform might spark some interest." Their shared consciousness resonated with playful mirth, yet beneath it, anxiety tinged their bond. The ramifications of their child's gifts were immense, effortlessly uniting disparate tech realms in utero. "But they're dispatching envoys," Kira declared, her psychic touch strained. "Influential figures seeking explanations." Brian moved to her, hands finding her shoulders. He felt her melt into his touch, body and soul. "Then we'll furnish answers, on our own ground." "The Larian matriarchy has rigid rules regarding gene mixing," she cautioned, her thoughts betrayed. Arrogance, not anxiety, reigned, yet they'd faced nothing comparable. The Alliance hadn't either. Brian smirked, sensing their child's consciousness thrumming with agreement. "Seems we're forging new standards here." A critical alert blazed across their screens. Inbound shuttles, both human and Larian. Their child's mental signature spotlighted tactical intel on the incoming crafts, dissecting them with unparalleled sophistication. 2 hours until landfall, Kira assessed, pivoting to Brian. Her combat armor accentuated her formidable build while discreetly adjusting. Their burgeoning offspring allowed a poignant reconciliation, their connection ignited by mutual longing, their dormant ardor reignited through triumph and endurance. Brian embraced her, reveling in their seamless fit. "Always time for this," he whispered, halting as their infant's awareness grazed their thoughts. "Hold on. Is it wise with Junior so perceptive?" Kira's mental caress radiated mirth and yearning. "Larian progeny enter quiescent states in utero. Our precious one is granting us intimacy. Clever babe." Brian drew nearer, their unified consciousness magnifying. Each sensation echoes her mother, their tender moment shattered by an urgent alert. Initial inquiries flooded in from both commands, demanding instant answers. The messages reeked of thinly veiled dismay at the combat reports. "They're terrified," Kira noted, deciphering the subtext. Our child's capabilities undermine their understanding of human-alien dynamics. Brian scoffed. They ought to be awestruck. Witness what humanity and Lycerians can accomplish together. Their connection deepened as they sensed their child awaken, its awareness stretching to integrate with the bunker's networks. Data flooded the monitors, revealing past failed human-Larian alliances. We're pioneering, Kira murmured, realization dawning. We're the inaugural triumph because everyone else sought dominance. Brian concluded, their thoughts merging. Sterile labs, rigid protocols, meticulous breeding initiatives, but we just transpired. Kira's smile was incandescent, organic, spontaneous, born of authentic love. Connection beyond scientific agendas. Their child's aura resonated approval, amplifying their contentment. The infant's powers burgeoned hourly, seamlessly intertwining with their inheritances. How to convey this to the brass, Brian pondered, rereading the insistent directives. Kira's reply, a knowing smile, electrifying their bond. We demonstrate. Allow them to witness the apex of human-Larian synergy, unleashed when we relinquish control and embrace natural evolution, Let's showcase. Brian raised an eyebrow, sensing her strategic brilliance. Our child can seamlessly bridge both species' tech. Envision the potential for harmonious collaboration, groundbreaking progress. Her eyes sparkled. They can't dismiss that. And if they dare, her mental touch was resolute yet gentle. We'll remind them I'm a Larian warrior princess, and you, a Marine, have already defied overwhelming odds to secure this territory. And pregnant, Brian added with pride. Indeed, she affirmed, and drew him nearer, whispering our precious child remains in their nascent stage. The command hub's luminous holographic projections ignited as the unified assembly of Earth and Larian dignitaries entered faces etched with doubt and thinly veiled concern. Through their connection, Brian and Kira sensed their developing infant's fascination with the arrivals. Fleet Admiral Thompson of the Allied Naval Forces stood foremost, his immaculate attire sharp despite the unsettling manner of his appearance accompanying him. Laren High Command's imposing matriarch Aurora, clad in ceremonial battle armor, commanded respect. Sergeant Carter Thompson cautiously began, "Your combat logs reveal unparalleled system integration." A deafening explosion silenced him as the bunker's perimeter alarms blared. Enhanced neural links instantly alerted Brian and Kira to the imminent danger, a final, desperate Drachnid assault. "Incoming!" Brian yelled, but their child had already anticipated the attack, activating the bunker's hybrid defense systems, enabled with ethereal accuracy, forging a sophisticated synergy between human ingenuity and Lazarian innovation, operating in absolute concord. The seemingly unbreakable matriarch, Ara, exhaled, captivated by the war room's projections. Our frameworks are intrinsically opposed to human engineering. The raw energy emissions alone should nullify any convergence, Kira declared, her hand instinctively safeguarding her womb. Perhaps now is the moment we unveil what can materialize when we cease fixating on perceived limitations. The unborn child's nascent awareness blossomed, gently permeating everything. System in the bunker, the officials were silenced as holographic projections shifted, revealing the engagement from a profoundly different vantage point, a synergy of human strategic insight and Larian spiritual resonance. By the dawn's light, Aurora breathed, identifying the unique signature of Larian battle meditation interwoven with Alliance warfare algorithms. How is this possible? Brian stated with pride, stepping towards Kira. Our child, they voiced, sensing their child's triumphant joy as it showcased its powers. Human plasma. Defense systems unleashed, synced with arcane power, weaving impossible formations. Thompson, strategist, comprehended the magnitude. Kira declared, pride ablaze. Our child isn't an accident. It's evolution's anthem, born of love amidst war. The bunker groaned, but their infant prodigy thrived, defying limits, rewriting the future for both races. Behold, Brian mused, their offspring orchestrating a breathtaking technological ballet. Officials gazed, spellbound, as human and Larian systems merged seamlessly, surpassing all expectations. Plasma weaponry pulsed with Larian spiritual energy, while energy matrices embraced human engineering's pragmatic brilliance. Admiral Thompson of the Dronids observed the tactical displays, perplexed. Their assaults, they're mirroring our own attacks. It seems our child is the key. Grasps core technologies with profound understanding, Keir conveyed, her mental touch brimming with maternal pride. It perceives the unity where we perceived only disparities. Through their deep connection, they witnessed their baby's consciousness blossom, transcending the bunker systems. The holographic displays unveiled a revelation that startled even the composed matriarch. Their child was tapping into the Drachnid battle network. It's not merely mirroring their strikes, Brian discerned, comprehension flooding their shared consciousness. It's unveiling their very motives. Against making them feel unity, Kira manifested the synergy of two species unified, fueled by something far more potent than hatred or fear. The Drade assault faltered as their core systems echoed with an undeniable truth: the existence of a being embodying all they opposed, yet wielding strengths they could not dismiss. Their retreat, Thompson declared, revealed professional detachment crumbling, not just from the bunker, but across the entire sector. They're pulling back, and through their shared connection, Brian and Kira sensed their child's profound satisfaction. It had unveiled to their adversaries a tantalizing vision of potential. Not merely tech integration, but genuine symbiosis among species. Brian, embracing Kira, challenged officials. Still doubt human-Larian unity? Matriarch Alara marveled. Your child transcends hybridity. It's evolutionary, a nexus we couldn't fathom, a warning to foes. Admiral Thompson interjected, envisioning strategic assets. Proof that human-Larian synergy eclipses individual might. 3 months later, historic bunker incident, Brian traversed anxiously the resplendent corridors of the nascent human-Larian Unity Medical Center. This pioneering institution, a symbiosis of both civilizations, resonated with unified technologies, a beacon ignited by their unborn child's influence on their deepening connection. Through their telepathic link, he sensed Kira's gentle amusement at his trepidation. My dauntless champion, her thoughts echoed, who stared down legions unperturbed, now undone by impending paternity. Warfare is less daunting. He retraced his steps toward a secluded chamber, a sanctuary where he could confront the looming challenges. Her telepathic mirth resonated within him as he entered. Kira luxuriated on a biobed, a fusion of advanced human medicine and Larian restorative energies. Her radiant silver hair cascaded around her, her skin and the lab itself seemed to shimmer with an ethereal luminescence. "You're breathtaking," he voiced, approaching her side. "Charming words," she responded playfully, drawing him into a kiss that ignited their shared consciousness with vibrant energy. "Though I suspect this radiance will fade once labor commences." Their child's mental footprint had deepened over the months, its awareness a constant presence that enriched their connection. It was even engaging with the medical systems, meticulously tracking its own arrival. "The little one's certainly keen," Brian mused, sensing the baby's eagerness. "Takes after their mother, always ready for adventure," quipped the man who once stormed into enemy territory to rescue a wounded alien. Kira's mental touch was vibrant, enduring love and profound gratitude. Our child inherits courage as a birthright. A surge of activity pulsed through the medical center as our baby heralded the commencement of labor. Doctors and healers, united across species, moved with practiced grace. Previously discordant methods now resonated in seamless harmony, a testament to protocols our child pioneered. "Remember when they deemed this inconceivable?" Brian murmured, grasping Kira's hand as contractions intensified. Human Larian reproduction, once a technological chasm, now bridged by enduring peace. They doubted. We persevered. Imagination, Kira affirmed, her formidable warrior spirit undiminished, inspiring bravery to heed inner voices over anxieties. The child's burgeoning consciousness permeated the room with tranquil resolve, its merged medical systems attuned to orchestrate ideal natal circumstances. United, the parents sensed their infant's fierce resolve to emerge, bridging their disparate cultures. Time dissolved into a tapestry of shared feeling as Brian intimately experienced Syra's sensations. Agony and jubilation intertwined as they collaborated to usher their child into the world. The medical personnel gazed in amazement as human and Larian birthing methods merged harmoniously, shepherded by the very entity they assisted in delivering. Finally, with a wail that echoed through tangible and virtual realms, their son emerged. "He's exquisite," Brian whispered, captivated by the infant embodying the legacy of both their lineages. The babe's skin possessed an understated lilac hue, shimmering in the illumination, while his locks hinted at. Brian's brown mingled with Kira's silver. His eyes, upon opening, revealed a captivating blend of stormy gray and earthy brown. "Ares," Kira murmured tenderly, the name they'd meticulously chosen, inspired by the human warrior who envisioned uniting worlds through their shared connection. They sensed their son's eager acceptance of the moniker, coupled with his instant, seamless integration into the medical center's network. However, unlike previous instances, his technological interactions were delicate and inquisitive, not guarded. "He's adapting remarkably," Brian observed with pride, harnessing his capabilities for restoration rather than destruction. Kira murmured, cradling their child. "He no longer has to fight. Thanks to our breakthrough, our peoples are at last collaborating harmoniously." Indeed, in the months following the bunker standoff, the alliance between humans and Larians had evolved from a mere military strategy into a genuine partnership. Faced with this unparalleled unity, the Drades retreated to their borders, initiating diplomatic discussions for the first time in decades. Ambassador Carter Bryan mused, gazing at his son. "It has a rather pleasant sound, doesn't it?" Ambassador envisioned grander horizons. Kira's eyes gleamed with a playful yet proud light. "He's already mastering the technologies of both species beyond our wildest dreams. By adulthood, He'll redefine the boundaries of possibility, Brian concluded, sensing their child's consciousness lovingly and purposefully touching their minds. Their shared awareness revealed visions of futures where humanity and Larians accomplish feats unimaginable by either species alone, with their son as the vital link at the core. Worlds beyond comprehension, Brian mused, nestled beside them. Rescuing you from that desolate battlefield, I never envisioned this extraordinary destiny. Kira's telepathic touch playfully danced around the legendary human warrior. He hadn't anticipated saving a crippled alien princess, surrendering to love, and becoming the progenitor of the galaxy's pioneering natural hybrid. When articulated like that, he murmured, drawing closer to kiss her, their souls resonating with shared elation as their son's consciousness enveloped them, a family intertwined in ways utterly unprecedented.